Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that will help you to get your channel beyond moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today comes from Paula and Jason. It's known as PJs Homestead Adventure from New York State. These creators have already had quite a bit of impact, not just here in the Tuber Chat family, but they're out collaborating with others and showing us particularly how we can grow some of our own food in our own backyard. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We've got quite a few friends in the homesteading community, and I group a lot of different channels together when I talk about homesteading because gardening, farming, ranching, even sometimes fishing, camping, hiking, and other outdoor channels have similar content or at least mentalities behind the creators wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. So Paul and Jason, of course, are no exception, and like I said, they've had impact here in the Tuber Chat family. They're with us for just about every stream since finding us, and that's just been a few months now. I think it might be getting on 6 months, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I think it's somewhere around that point. P&J's Homestead Adventure, of course, is posting frequently, so you'll get an idea of what to expect on the channel as we dig through the thumbnails. We see they get all 4 seasons, of course. New York State, we know, gets that. And then a little bit of indoor content to go with the outdoor looks around the garden and other content that they have. They've got shorts over here that have gotten into 2,200, 2,500 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that that's something they experimented with the other day. We'll keep an eye on the channel, see if they're going to keep those up. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That gives us the best chance to catch each other that we can have, if that makes sense. So hopefully everybody's feeling welcome in the chat. I know we've got quite a few familiar faces and one brand new channel. So one of the things that I should talk about right away, anybody that has more than one channel is welcome to come into Tuber Chat with more than one channel. The only thing that we ask is that every channel is treated separately. So we never want to say, like, I know L Crew is somebody who's been here several times before. They have a podcast channel. You never want to say, like, hey, it's L Crew, come get me. Right? Because the most important thing that we do here in Tuber Chat is focus on authenticity and thorough connections with other creators. And I promise you, no matter how long you're at it and how far you go with any number of channels, this goes for everybody, if you have more than one, in my experience of now 25, 30 years, whatever we want to call it, in websites and social media and everything else, says that you will probably not have more than a 30% crossover. Even if you have 2 channels, you might think that the whole audience is going to be the same. It's just not. It's just the way that it goes. So we always want to make sure that we're connecting authentically. There's no problem with letting people know that you have that second channel, but you just want to make sure that every single connection is done the same way on both. We have quite a few creators in the Tuber Chat family with more than one channel. And of course, we have an extra channel as well. So when you hear all the background music in the behind of our pardon me, all of the music in the background of Tuber Chat, it's available as copyright-free music, and it's available on a separate channel and all major music platforms as well. So anybody can use that in their videos and live streams. Cruising on the High Seas and Travels just dropping a gifted membership. Sweet Melissa picked that up. I know she'll be happy to have that. She's with us all the time as well. I'm going to put Cruising on the High Seas and Travel up on the screen right away, right after my flock. They dropped a super chat earlier as well. And both of those creators have done that kind of thing before, so I really do appreciate the extra generosity. And then we'll get to spinning the wheel shortly. I got quite a few names on there already. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position. He is a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube now. Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He's another dear friend and a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's here every day that he can be, but he has a work schedule that doesn't allow him to be with us on most weekdays. So as well. Just Jason, Keto, and more. And Canadian Family Life was early in the door. Her husband, Chris's Creation Fun, may still be here. I'm unsure. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is in the house. Ron's Keto Cafe, along with Ace Flaw One, who's been a friend of over 4 years now. M&T Living and Cooking is here. Rushing Wind Mountain. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is also here. And, oh, there's Sweet Melissa right there. Yeah, they just picked up that gifted membership. So, yeah, I figured they'd be happy to have that, of course. And I've still got quite a few more introductions to go through. What I think I'll do right now, we'll put the next channel up on the screen. So My Flock came in and dropped a super chat. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. And we always put Superchatters and membership gifters up on the screen right away in order, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, which is full of members. We put them on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and after a while, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. I will probably do that within the hour. RR Vlogs, good to see you here. Mr. Fulton Mraz is also a friend of over 4 years. And Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is here. Ruby Spot is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I know we've got quite a few more channels, I think, that came through. Bella's Whisper Farmstead early in the door. It's Me, Joyful Julie Cooking is also here. R&W Farmstead, R&W Farmstead, Tony Walsh, good to see you here. And Sister Winnie never forgets that thumbs up. Thanks for coming in. She supports on all of my channels. I think Six Bows is back. Might have just snuck in here for a second. I'm not sure if they're still here. And Tales Told in the Dark is a longtime friend, along with Woman Outdoors, of course. Todd Projects is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, but it's good to have you back. And someday I'll have a podcast, I think, is my favorite name of the day. You made me laugh as soon as I saw it, because L Crew came in. Oh, for the life of me, what was the name of your original channel? She was here in the beginning. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think I missed it. She came in, Living Large with L Crew, and she's got a podcast channel, and she let us know she was going to be coming in with that, but what a hilarious name. So I'm assuming you'll change it sometime, but I don't even think you need to, actually. I think that'll catch on pretty quick. My Flock is up on the screen right now, and like I said, they dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. They've done that countless times before. They got 945 subscribers, so they are officially on the road to 1K. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. Since they've passed 900, they're officially on the road to 1,000, which is an exciting milestone in all of our YouTube journeys. I see that they've got a premiere coming up in a couple of days. I've got the notification on for that. Hopefully I'll catch that. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. Then we see some shorts over here at 2,400, even 5,900 views on one of them. And then live streams as well. So they got a stream coming up tomorrow, and they stream fairly frequently. It looks like almost every day lately as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these pretty soon. And My Flock is supportive of a lot of other channels. I've run into them countless times before, out supporting others. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. I know the robots are going to come through the chat. It's a little bit early for me to hit them up right now. It sometimes takes about 15 minutes for Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Botrix, and Nightbot to show up in the chat properly on any channel. But that's not set in stone. That's just something that I've found over the years. Sometimes they come in right away and start working. So you can put a command in on each of them if you know how to do that. That lets you know whether they're there. So you see that right away I say roll call and they're all showing up, which is great. They will mention a few things in the chat, like self-promotion. So it's one thing we got to just be a little bit careful of. It's not that self-promotion is against YouTube's terms of service or community guidelines. It's certainly not. It's just that in the small YouTuber community, you will find a lot of creators get really upset when other people come in and start talking about their own premieres and live streams and things like that. Not such a big deal here, but we just want to instill great habits of chat etiquette. if that makes sense, so that nobody goes into other streams and starts to get timed out and banned and worse, because I promise you I've been timed out and banned in as many channels as anybody over the years, and it's never fun. So a lot of times you get trigger happy mods and things like that, but these are just part of the fun on YouTube, of course. So Cruising on the High Seas and Travel also gifted a membership today, and that was picked up by Sweet Melissa, so I know they'll be happy to have had that. I don't know why this video did not run all the way through, but let me put that, it's still in my catch-up list there. I might have to rerun that. Often I find that when I go to that playlist I keep talking about, sometimes we see these red lines. It's because I'm switching in and out of accounts all the time, and I don't account for that. But I'll just rerun it, so we'll make sure that those watch hours count for sure. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, of course, is going to bring cruise news, vlogs, and insight, along with some travel, not just cruising here. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see they've already started to do fairly well at 1,800 and even 2,400. Which is great to see, and then live streams as well seem to be frequent, so at least once a week, sometimes almost twice a week. And another, am I right, another fellow Canadian? Yes, why do I keep forgetting that? Forgive me for forgetting that. They're actually not too far from me, to be honest with you. And then they got a live stream coming up, and that's going to be in a few days, so again, we got the notification on for that. I'm just going to dig through their content here, so I've still got that video on my catch-up list, so we'll rerun that. But thank you again, Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. They've been with us frequently lately. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then M&T Living and Cooking is coming up. Thank you, Angel Light Over Darkness 33. She's actually been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a thing. I believe she was with me for about a little bit longer than 4 years. We just did our 4-year anniversary the other day. Angel Light Over Darkness, I know we have a conversation to be had, so we'll pick that up on Instagram after the stream today. But thank you for that. She's been a dear friend for a long time. We were actually just on a panel together a couple months ago with Charlene Heel talking about mistakes that YouTubers make in the beginnings of their YouTube journey, hoping that we can inspire others to not make some of the mistakes that we make, and I promise you I make as many as anybody. You'll see that here today, I'm sure. M&T Living and Cooking is up here. They've got some delicious looking content on their channel, but they've got a lot of family togetherness as well. So here's an interesting video. They're going fishing on this one. I'll put that into that catch-up list I talk about. It's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then, yeah, self-promotion, yes. Andy, Ace Flaw 1, but I've got you on the wheel. And then, M&T Living and Cooking has delicious looking content like I was talking about, but they've got a few hobbies as well they'll talk about. Sometimes they're out and about, but they do some RC car racing. Like I said, a lot of family togetherness, and you'll read about some of that on the About page, but when we get into the shorts videos, we see these have started to really move. So they have plenty, over 5,000 views, and you get an idea of why that is. Some of the thumbnails here are great. Then when they get into some of the more popular ones, you got 8,000, 20,000, and a newer one over 50,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are occasional, and I think they seem to do these approximately once a week or once every 2 weeks. So hopefully everybody will connect with M&T Living and Cooking. They're one of the first 2 channels monetized under the newer restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, and Canadian Family Life was monetized right at the same time as them. Could have been the same day, actually. And then when I talk about that, thank you, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Did I not put you on the wheel? I meant to. Sorry, I thought I put you on the wheel. I think it's because you were here before the stream started, but I've got you on there now. Todd Projects, the catch-up list. It's just a playlist that I use. I'll show it to you right now. It's just a playlist that I use to keep caught up with creators. So what happens is, yeah, see, it's all, I got to rerun the whole thing now. So while we're here in Tuber Chat, what happens is when I put channels on the screen, not every single channel, but if I see I'm behind by a video or two, I might add a video into this list. And then what that allows me to do is at some point before the next stream, within about 48 hours, I'll go through this list and either watch it or run it. I watch as many videos as I can. Most people understand I run more than I watch. We all have to do whatever we can, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, that's fine. But what you'll notice that I also do is I order this list. After, you can drag videos up and down a playlist like this and reorder them, right? So I always make them from shortest to longest. And what that allows me to do is when I have a half an hour to sit there and watch videos, I can get through the maximum number. And then when we start getting into longer videos like 40 minutes and live stream replays and things, I'll just let those run. But that's an explanation. It's just a fun name for a playlist that I used to keep caught up with creators. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Next up is Just Jason, Keto, and More. He was early in the door today, as usual, another fellow Canadian who I actually met up with a couple of times just over the last couple of months. And Just Jason, Keto, and More wants to help motivate and inspire others, particularly when we think about healthy eating and healthy living, and especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He puts out a ton of recipes, and I made a joke the other day about this. He did a peanut butter cup chaffle recipe. Please don't make me show you the Reese peanut butter cups that I have on my desk beside me here. He had different ones. He probably has better ones there. But when going through this video, he broke up some chocolate chip, sorry, not chocolate chip, peanut butter cup pieces, and gave us a trick about freezing them first and everything else and put them in there so that those chaffles will be unbelievably delicious. He's got tons of recipes on his channel. He's been doing a lot of chaffles for many months now, but he's got tons of recipes that feature only a few ingredients, easy and simple to make, fast too actually, and he will also do a lot of product reviews on the channel. These will help us understand the ingredients that we're going to find within a lot of the products that are marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. You'll notice in his thumbnails, he's got a lot of guests on the channel as well. Some of those are in videos and some of them are in live streams, but these influencers share their life experiences as well, their tips, their tricks, their stories of health and weight loss and things like that throughout the channel. And he's got a vibrant community of people who want to motivate and inspire others. Occasionally he'll do a different video, like take us out for some Christmas lights or unbox a GoPro, or head out hundreds of miles away for informative content to places like Keto Palooza. He's already scheduled to be back there again. Shorts on his channel have done extremely well, with especially some of these healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 4,000, 5,000, and even 6,000 views. One of them, which I've seen over 22,000, which is great to see, and I promise you it's entertaining as well. So he's got a cook along coming up. That's a little bit later in the month. He's usually live every Thursday on 7:30 Eastern. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so his time and mine are the same. He's only a couple hours away from me. Monetized too. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we catch him for a live stream, he might be by himself or he might have a guest. And sometimes now he's doing these cook-alongs. This was really cool. He did this the first time the other day and did a great job with a multicam setup where he cooked a couple of different things. So we'll keep our eyes open for the next one. He's got that on a different day and time, it looks like, but I got the notification on for that. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason, Keto, and More. Like I said, he wants to motivate us with healthy eating, healthy living. And I see quite a few more names I got to add to the wheel here. The Bud Files is in the house. Blessed to Crochet is also a member. We'll get them on there right now. I know I missed something in the chat. Izzy Pop is in the house and gifted another membership, so thank you for that. And Todd Projects picked that up. I know they're still in the chat, so we'll look at Izzy Pop right now, because we always put membership gifters and super chatters on the screen right away, and then we will soon add another name from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation onto the wheel. It speeds things up for us. And then Black Guns and Gardens is here. Good to see you in the house, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Home Bartending with John, I saw you come in. I put you on the wheel. I'm not sure if I said hello. And yeah, we're moving quickly again. So yes, let's think about looking at Izzy Pop. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Huga Homestead is in the house, one of the first homesteading channels to come into the Tuber Chat family. I think our friendship is now about 3 years as well. Hugo Homestead's always been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When we look at Izzy Pop, who just gifted that membership there, we see that this creator has got 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 1,700 we know that they're thinking about. And then they let us know they're going to bring us pure variety on the channel. They've actually expanded this, so forgive me, I didn't catch that whenever you changed that. They got quite a bit of different information on there. I'll have to go through that afterwards. But Izzy Pop has always been known for an outstanding banner, avatar, and thumbnails on their videos as well. So I see they've got a new one. It's fairly short, but I'll put that into my catch-up list, which is that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then live streams on the channel are frequent. They're live just about every day. Hopefully I'll catch you again. It's been a few days. But Izzy Pop is here with us for every single stream. That's every, 3 times a week-ish. And then one of the things, again, we just want to think about is self-promotion. It's one thing, like when we want to let people know that we got something coming up, but we don't want to repeat ourselves too many times in the chat, because I promise you it doesn't help. There's nobody here from Tuber Chat that's going to go running to any other live stream or premiere. If they do, it doesn't matter. They're going to come back afterwards. Everybody can watch everybody's stuff. But when you go into anybody else's channel and hammer the fact that you've got different things coming up, a lot of creators can get very upset. And I've heard about this a few times. And this is how different things like, dare I use the word, drama can start. And we don't want to have anybody here have to go through that kind of stuff if they can avoid it. So this is why we calm the self-promotion down quite a bit. When you connect with creators authentically here in Tuber Chat, after they've connected to your channel, they will have your notification bell on and they'll hear about all the things that you have. We always set notifications for everything. So when you have a premiere live stream coming up, if they can be there, they will be there. If not, they'll be there soon. And then, Izzy Pop, thank you again for gifting another membership. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is another friend of over 3 years. I think closer to 3.5 actually, something like this. And when the thing I can tell you about Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, and I see it not just here in Tuber Chat and not just on my own channels, I see Jesse Miller Unboxings and More's support has increased over the years for many of our friends, while she's still connecting with new people all the time. Now, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More will bring unboxing videos. Some of them are independent, but most of them are from subscription services. Most of us have seen these monthly or quarterly, mystery box subscriptions of different types. And she mixes up the content. So she might be doing jewelry, she might be doing beauty and bath products, she might be doing stationery, she might be doing snacks, from around the world and things like that. So there's a lot of variety on the channel, even though we know she's doing unboxing videos. Again, when we get into shorts, we see that this creator is featuring a lot of the things she finds in those subscription boxes in her shorts video. There's a stationery there, beauty and bath products here, jewelry over there, and snacks and much more. So a lot of diverse content, but she also does a great job in live stream. She's only live about once a month. Once in a while she surprises us with a little bit more frequent, but this creator does a fantastic job of keeping up with the chat. Absolutely a dynamic creator, and her support is overwhelming. She supports on all of my channels. I tell you that so that you can understand what kind of support you can expect back from a creator like this after you connect with them. So I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. It's already time for a break. I know I started the stream a couple minutes late today. But what we're going to do is I've got some brand new content. Now, I played some clips the other day on our 4-year anniversary episode, and I've been playing a few for a few weeks now. What these are clips from interviews that are at least an hour and a half long, where I've spoken to creators, and they'll come out as videos, as a podcast series. These creators have been with the Superchat family for several years and have all long passed 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first there.
Yeah, you're the master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion with you.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here? Right. I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
Contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like, from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. Okay. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. Alright, we're back, and hopefully everybody enjoyed that clip that I played from Unstable TV. They were talking about the idea that we can change our title, our thumbnails, our tags, descriptions, and basically all of the metadata that's in the background that helps with the SEO or search engine optimization. Jason gave us a great tip the other day, just Jason, Keto, and more, talking about the idea of trying to change the thumbnail or possibly titles many times in the first little while after a video is released. A lot of the big channels might do that. I myself haven't tried that yet, but what I have done, anybody who's ever seen my personal channel, I will post a video and almost right away, within the first day, I'm changing the title. And usually many times before a premiere runs, I try to set all my videos to be far in advance. You'll notice that that clip that I played before we went on break there is part of a podcast series that's now been added to the Superchat front page. The first 2 episodes are ready to go. The third one I'm just still chopping up. But those will be released once a month. And I'm giving the algorithm or the recommendation engine lots of time to have those videos percolate and give lots of people the opportunity to come across them so that they'll be ready to hopefully watch, and we'll build a little bit of excitement. But I promise you, these interviews are loaded with information that all of us can use from creators who have both been here in the Superchat family and long past. They're 10,000 subscribers. And the last thing that I can tell you about that makes me so excited about it is, unlike what you hear in the regular live streams here on this channel, I didn't interfere in the interviews. The idea was to ask them their thoughts. Not everybody's going to agree on every single thing. I don't have to agree with everything everybody says, but we wanted to hear their opinion because they've done it. The idea is that we share information together, we add it to what we already know and what we're going to continue to learn, and then we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. I always strive to learn and improve over time. So the Bud Files is up on the screen right now, and this is a family of creators who are modern day archaeologists, and what they seek to do is uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. They do that by bringing us to abandoned locations, graveyards, cemeteries, and the like. They have really expanded the content on their channel for a long time now. Pardon me, so I'm just going to grab their spam video here and see what they've got going on in this, but I love the thumbnail. I've got that in that playlist I keep talking about. And the Bud Files actually often take us on different adventures. They also bring us into their home for things like dancing, singing, playing games, and a real chance to get to know them as well. Even in live streams, they'll take us out on adventures occasionally. Shorts on the channel really kind of show you the expansion in content on the channel. Like most creators, regardless of theme or niche, they're bringing variety into the shorts videos, and they've got over 15,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. 1,900 subscribers, so they have officially hit the road to 2,000, and I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Of course, it'll be an exciting one. Like I said, they're monetized as well, so we can support them in many ways when we get there. Today they cooked on video, they said as well, so they got something new. So that's the one I'm going to see with the spam thumbnail. That's still making me laugh. And Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Honcho Gaming is in the house, and Leon Legendary Productions is a long time friend. I think they've been with us for about 3 years, maybe longer. But it's good to see you both in the chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. So this is Ruby, and this is somebody who comes to us from the Pacific Northwest. They bring us wildlife and nature videos, often in an ASMR type of format where we have pleasing visuals and pleasing audio to go along with it. You get an idea when I start to roll over a couple of these things, if they want to do it, what kind of beautiful views we're getting, and a lot of fun as well when we get into some of the wildlife. When you get into live streams, you see they've been experimenting with these both in horizontal or landscape format and portrait or vertical format as well. So hopefully we'll see some more of those. Actually, I didn't realize this. They just did one yesterday. Sorry, I missed that. And then shorts on the channel as well. If we dig through these, we're going to find some humorous moments, because this is where the wildlife seems to be more prominent. And then when we get into the popular ones, we see they've gotten into 6,000, 9,000, even 15,000 views on some of these. So, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. So I hope everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. I think they've been with us for close to 3 years now as well, and they're here just about every single day. And let's I got another channel to add. Marketplace Boutique is in the house. Backyard Trucker is here. They're both doing a little bit of collaborating together, which is great to see. I'll put them on the wheel, and then we'll spin. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Canadian Family Life's coming up right now from New Brunswick. This is Tiffany, but you probably recognize her already because she's featured on so many other creators' channels. This is somebody who instinctively started collaborating with others, particularly in StreamYard panels, as soon as they got started on YouTube just over a year ago. It really hasn't been that long. They're one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family, and I believe that the biggest reason why is because of the support that they give to other creators. So, Canadian Family Life now sits at over 3,100 subscribers, and again, you know what I say about channels over 3,000. Reindeer Head Games, good to see you in the house. And what we find from Canadian Family Life is a lot of cooking videos. They say daily life, family fun, gardening, grocery hauls. The gardening is container gardening. Tiffany inspired her husband to start a channel. We'll look at that in a moment as well. And when we dig through the thumbnails, we get an idea that they're posting frequently, usually several times a week. And then monetized, of course, one of the first two channels to be monetized under the new restrictions with M&T Living and Cooking. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500 and even 5,500 views. These continue to grow. And then live streams on the channel as well. I missed you for a live stream yesterday as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. She's actually streaming, I think, a little bit more frequently. Tiffany's usually on about once a month. Sometimes the family's hanging out, sometimes it's Tiffany. But like I said, you'll recognize her from a lot of other creators' channels as well. Let's look at Chris's Creation Fun. And this is her husband's channel, where he started with a lot of 3D printing and has moved into some do-it-yourself videos, including some solar equipment. I got a lot to learn about solar, especially right now. I'm taking interest in some of that stuff, at least electrical. Chris's Creation Fun is getting close to the first 100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. It's an important and exciting one in everybody's YouTube journey, of course, the first 100. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that they've got a few of these starting to get into hundreds of views already. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun. You'll find that 3D printing that I talk about, as well as those do-it-yourself videos. He fixes the 3D printer and works on that solar equipment like I was talking about as well. Oh, I feel like I've missed a channel in the chat. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, they should get around to everybody. Design with Emma is here. I'm going to get them onto our wheel as well. And let's spin. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Living Large with L Crew is back in the house. That creator's got a couple channels here. So they have Someday I Will Have a Podcast, and Living Large with L Crew, somebody who's been with us several times. I am Betty J. Gathers. I hope I said hello. I put you on the wheel as soon as I saw you a while back. Marketplace Boutique, look at that luck. As soon as you came in, you're basically chosen almost right away. Marketplace Boutique is somebody who's been in e-commerce for about, since 1998, they tell us on their About page. They help us with the ins and outs of platforms like eBay so that we can buy low, hopefully sell high, while giving people a good deal. And one of the tricks she teaches us is how to find collections of things that we can split up and then sell. I actually sold a DVD yesterday. And I only do a tiny sliver of eBay stuff for myself, but what I can tell everybody, even as well from my own experience, is that shipping and listing packages is easy stuff. It's easy to learn, easy to do. It only takes minutes. The magic comes in what Marketplace Boutique is going to teach us about how to find the right things to buy and sell. She also expanded the content on her channel and has taken us out for a few walks. She takes us shopping to show us where she finds some of the things that she buys, and then she'll get into the technical aspects like shipping, like I was talking about. She's got some shorts here, and like most creators, she's bringing pure variety into the shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, one over 19,000, and a lot of these are some of the most recent ones as well, which is interesting. More live streams. So they just did another live stream a couple of days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. They've been doing some collaborating with Backyard Trucker, and we'll likely see that channel soon enough as well. And then Black Guns and Gardens is dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. They've done that countless times before. For that reason, I'm going to put their channel on the screen right away. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Corner Clubhouse Cobalt is in the house as well. Thank you for coming in. Design with Emma just dropped a super chat as well, so we'll look at that channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. When we go on our next break in another 5 minutes or so, or a little bit less, what I'll do is I'll add a name from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation that has not already been on the wheel. And that speeds things up for us so that we can get to somebody a little bit faster. They don't necessarily have to wait the full 2.5 hours that it's been lately. I'm constantly trying to find ways to improve without making major changes, right? We've tried a couple of things. We've backpedaled a little bit, but always trying to find the sweet spot there. Butler Family Farm is in the house. Good to see you here. Let me get you onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then like Black Guns and Gardens and Design with Emma here, Super Chatters get seen right away in order. And then, like I said, I'll get back to spinning soon. And Black Guns and Gardens has over 3,000 subscribers as well. I can't remember how long they've been friends here in the Tuber Chat family, but it's got to be over 2 years. I wonder if it's approaching 3 already. They've been with us since the beginning of the influx of homesteading channels coming in. I believe, but forgive me because I know I'm starting to really lose track now that we've been here for 4 years. But it's interesting to see the mix of different creators who've been with us all this time. Some creators are brand new. We always have at least one brand new channel in the chat every day, usually more than one. And there's always a mix of different channels to come through. You might be interested to know that an average of over 100 channels will come through the Tuber Chat live streams every time we're here, and we try to be here at least 3 times a week. So Black Guns and Gardens is up on the screen right now. I'm going to grab their Herb Garden Challenge update video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them as well. That's that playlist I keep talking about. Playlists can be a great tool for keeping up with creators. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 500, let's see, I know I'm mistaken. Yes, 2,700, 3,200, 5,200 views. They've got some product reviews here as well that have done really well, which is great to see. So Black Guns and Gardens is going to talk to us about their family's journey through self-sufficiency with gardening, preparedness, and self-defense together. And they share their knowledge, and like most creators in what I consider the homesteading community of channels, they share knowledge and resources with us and with others. So hopefully everybody will connect with Black Guns and Gardens. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Let's look at Design with Emma now and see what they've got going on their channel for today. They're going to talk to us about interior design, but aside from the interior design ideas themselves, this creator will also give us examples and take us shopping so that we can find some of the things that we might think about to make the looks that we want when we think about interior design, whether it's in our home or other places, even on a budget. So this creator as well, monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're working on 2,300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that milestone. They got shorts on their channel as well. This brings a lot of variety. So again, like most creators, they bring variety into their shorts videos, regardless of the niche or category of the channel. But some of these have done really well at 22,000 and 33,000 views. Live streams are something they've been doing fairly frequently as well. At least a couple of times a month, almost once a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with Design with Emma. And they're another obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us frequently, almost every day. Judgment Day, Mike Harper, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then thank you, Butler Family Farm. They say they got a storm coming, so hopefully you are doing what you need to stay safe and dry while that happens. Things are supposed to be clear, I think, all week over here in southern Ontario. Duchess of Darkness, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Let's spin the wheel one more time. And I will add a name onto our wheel from our chat list while we go on break for 3.5 minutes right now. When we come back, we're going to look at one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. This is leading up to Scratch and PPA. All right, we're back. I'm laughing at what Pete's doing in the chat. Scratchin' PPA is another fellow Canadian, actually, and this creator brings us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. He's known here in the Superchat family as a shining jewel, and I use that term because he is so unbelievably supportive to others that anybody who's met him will have no choice but to say he's at least one of their most supportive creators, if not the most. So Scratchin' PPA, like I said, an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, and what he does is pits two lottery tickets against each other, gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, lots of fun to be a part of. And then if you can catch him for one of his premieres, he premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail. This creator posts with perfect consistency for over 3 years now. You're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in his premieres that you've seen in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. As well, this creator obviously has presentation at the forefront of their mind from the very beginning. They have this bright, bold avatar which matches the content in their videos, and he gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen during his video series, and then his banners updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 3.5 years ago. When we look at Scratchin' PPA's channel, we see that he's expanded his content this year. He gave us his very first pop-up live stream when he took a vacation to Italy, and then he brought us a lot of shorts from that vacation as well, vlogging style shorts actually, that give us a great look at some of the places he visited, and Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen. So for everybody who has not already connected with Scratchin' PPA will now. Like I said, he's known as one of the most supportive creators that any of us have seen on YouTube. For me, it's 7 years now. And I only keep saying that so that hopefully it carries a little bit of weight to say, look at how long it's been. And, you know, I have to say, I don't want to play favorites, so I have to say he's one of the most supportive creators that I've met. But I'm sure everybody here knows what I mean when I say that. Judgment Day Mike Harper, you just celebrated a birthday. I think Jevin Richardson had a birthday yesterday too. So happy birthday, Judgment Day Mike Harper. I hope everybody will wish them a belated happy birthday. I'm going to put their channel on the screen right now because they dropped a super chat, but I often do that for people as a birthday present when they're here for their birthday. But Michael Harper, the creator behind this channel, he's actually got two as well, and I'll show you both of those in a second. Kaiser Gaming YT is also a second channel from our friend Chris's Clever Craft. He is posting like wildfire on that channel, and that is like really picking up steam from what I've seen. Judgment Day Mike Harper is on the screen right now with 461 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards the 500 we know he must be thinking about. That's another exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey now. Shorts videos on this channel have gotten into 1,400 and 1,900 views. They bring a bit of variety along with a little bit of video gameplay. Live streams are frequent. This creator up until about a month ago was doing live streams several times a week. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. When we look at Michael W. Harper, we see a second channel from this same creator where they give us a bit more opportunity to get to know them. They do a lot of DVD reviews on this channel. They got 67 subscribers right now, and the shorts have already gotten into, I think, 400 views and beyond. There we go, yes. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's done a couple of these. We'll see if he's going to keep those up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. But thank you again, Judgment Day Mike Harper, for another super chat. He's done that countless times before. And again, I hope everybody will wish him a happy belated birthday, but thank you for letting us know as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I'm just going to drop the handle for this channel into the chat. So Todd Projects is a fairly new channel, but also a popular name. So it really helps channels when we search, find, and click on their names in the search results. It helps everybody eventually rise up the search results, of course, when you get lots of people doing that. And then YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when people are looking for each other's channels in that way. However, if you really have trouble finding it, you can type in or copy and paste that Todd Projects handle and we'll get to this channel. So they let us know they're going to bring us outdoors fishing and DIY, but I don't this is a brand new channel for me, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a different video. I'm going to take your homemade Reese's peanut butter cups. Don't make me show you again while Jason's here. The Reese's peanut butter cup sitting beside me. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. That's a playlist we all have, a private playlist that we can all use. I find playlists to be great tools. What that will allow me to do those after the live stream. Today, I'll go through my watch later list before we're here again on Thursday night. And that will give me a chance to go through your video. I'll watch it in full, leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times. So that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. There's just Jason, Keto, and more right now. His latest video had a recipe that included peanut butter cups. So there's a spoiler alert for everybody, but it's sitting right there. It's his latest video. Hopefully everybody will check that out. I literally made a joke that was going to be the video just for me. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. I put your name on the wheel actually when we went on that break there. So let's spin and we'll see who's coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I can't tell you how many times that's happened where I mention a channel because it's on the wheel and then it comes up right away. So Bella's Whisper Farmstead's here, but they're always at the top of the list for engagement here in the chat. And then, yeah, Todd Projects. I saw what you said about having a backstory to the banner. So I'll have a look at the channel when I'm watching your video. And I'll try to remember that you've said that so that I can have a look at the banner and then reference that the next time we have your channel up as well. Matthews Bushcraft, good to see you here. Together We Travel, I see you in the chat. Hopefully I said hello to Controversial Cruising and Jonathan Sturgill. I've got them both on the wheel. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead is up here right now. This is Kristen. 705 subscribers now, so they've passed their 700. They are a homesteading and farmsteading family located in central Georgia, and they give you a bit of information from Mike and Kristen about their property, what they're bringing to us on their channel, like a lot of our homesteading friends. A lot of outdoor content here, but a little bit of indoor content, including some construction, which is always interesting to somebody like me. I don't know why I don't enjoy doing it. I think I'd enjoy it if I was forced to do it, if that makes any sense at all. When something has to be done, or like if it's part of the job, then yeah, I think I enjoy it while I'm there because I learn. And, you know, it doesn't make any sense because I'm not somebody who jumps at a chance to do some, especially home renovations and things like that. But if left to my own devices, I often would have, before my YouTube days, I would have the television sitting on the home, what do they call it? Not the Mike's Homes Network, but you know what I mean, like the home building channels and stuff like that. I don't remember what they're called. It's been that long. But I enjoy seeing and knowing how things are done so that when the day comes that I have to do some of that stuff, I'll know. I actually have a friend who's laying some floor tomorrow, and I might, if I have time after a short work day, I might volunteer to go and help just because I want to know how to lay floor better because, you know, things change over years. And I've never actually laid floor myself. I never have. So I'm interested to see. Bella's Whisper Farmstead as well has got some shorts here getting into 2,200, 2,600, 3,100 views and beyond. And then some live streams as well, where they just did one yesterday. Did I catch you while you were live? Oh, forgive me for not being... So yeah, I think I did too, right? I was on and off the computer yesterday, but yeah, I must have caught you at least for a few minutes there. And then... I'll have a look at your community page too. I wonder if you mean the About section, but I'll have a look at both when I'm going through the Channel Todd projects, but thank you for that. Let's spin the wheel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. It's funny the different opinions we hear about these things too, right? Like Just Jason Keto and More likes to learn new things, I'm gathering from what they're saying. Kaiser Gaming YT is Chris's clever craft. Yes, he has probably laid a lot of floor in his life. Finishing drywall is where he runs where he hands the line. You know what was funny is Just Jason Keto and More and myself, and Rambling with the Brooms, and another channel named Brampton Gardner, who's here occasionally, we all met up for dinner in Toronto a few weeks ago. And I found out that the girl from Brampton Gardner I had never known before is a drywall taper as well. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like the one job that nobody wants. I think it pays like $500 an hour. Like, I'm exaggerating, but it's something else. And to hear, oh, she's been doing it for years. I was interested to hear that. So it's funny when Just Jason Keto and More says that. I have not done a ton of it. I've built a couple of recording studios, but with other people, with many, many, many other people. I don't want to make it sound like I built it. No, I helped them build it is a better way to put that. But I do as a full-time gig. Some of you know I'm outdoors a few days a week, especially now. So I do a lot of asphalt and concrete, occasionally framing and drywall and stuff like that. I've done a little bit of that. But I have aspirations, I have said for a long, long time, especially with the prices of everything in the world. And of course, I live in Toronto. It's a world-class city with world-class inflation. And the idea is, couldn't a bunch of guys, though, or people, it doesn't matter, guys, girls, anybody, that knows what they're doing, couldn't we just go buy a plot of land and go lay 4 concrete pads and put up 4 cottages for ourselves? Couldn't we do that, right? We all know how to do all of it. Framing is not that hard, right? As long as you try not to make too many mistakes, it doesn't cost, you know, that's where you keep your costs down. And, you know, the other stuff can all be done. We all know enough people to do all of the different things, and especially YouTube now, our friends will teach us. And then, Todd Projects had their banner made by Izzy Pop. Yes, they do a spectacular job, actually. Jan Hines, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, shared them, not started them. I see what you mean. And then Chef Mama Bliss is coming in again with another super chat. Thank you for that. She's done that many times before. She's one of our longest standing members. You can see that by the color on her membership badge there, like I am Betty J. Gathers, who was here earlier as well. Those change color over time. I got to change up those, those membership badges. Actually, the next clip that I'm going to play in another 10 minutes here from one of those podcast interviews is our friends Two Pineapples. They're somewhere around the 20,000 mark right now, and they talk about that kind of thing, things we can do with our memberships to try to increase them. So I'll play that in a few minutes. We'll get through a couple more channels here. Now, Backyard Trucker has been collaborating with Marketplace Boutique. We saw that channel a little while ago. What Backyard Trucker tells us is they're just a simple guy putting anything and everything online for us to see. So they've got an interesting, oil change video. I haven't done an oil change on my own vehicle in a very long time. I don't know why. I really sometimes think I should do that. I did take a auto shop class at some point in school. I can't remember. I keep saying it was ninth grade, but I know it wasn't. It was probably like 11th grade something. And it's one of my favorite classes to have taken because my father, along with the fact that I was doing a bit of that stuff, forced me to do some of my own stuff. So I'm pretty sure I did a couple of oil changes, but he made me change alternators, batteries. I had to change a rad once. He was like, look, we'll order the part. You're going to stand here and do it. And I promise you that I am the least mechanically inclined person on the planet. So when you see me with a couple of wrenches, it is the funniest thing you'll ever see, and your ears will ring by how many times I drop the tools all over the place. But it's got to be entertaining if nothing else. Thank you, Just Jason, Keto, and more. Backyard Trucker, I'll be interested to see that video, changing the Ram 3500. And then this creator as well has been doing a lot of dash cam footage, though, in between their variety. And some of these have done really well. Look at this, 10,000, even 12,000 views. And then live streams as well, where they've done a bit of collaborating with Marketplace Boutique, like I was talking about, which is a great idea. So, Backyard Trucker is also here with us just about every day. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time every time we stream, and I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by quickly to give a thumbs up or say hello. So I'm going to put I Am Betty J Gathers on the screen in a moment, but Chef Mama Bliss just dropped a super chat, so we'll put her up right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters on the screen right away in order, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. And I Am Betty J Gathers will be next. And then thank you again, Just Jason, Keto, and more. He is a dear, dear friend who cares very much about the community surrounding our YouTube channels. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. Chef Mama Bliss is somebody who's a CFO of a catering company, but also she teaches others. You can see that Catering Academy, which is interesting to see. The delicious looking content on the channel. You can see these thumbnails are literally like mouth-watering. This creator has been an incredible supporter here in the Tuber Chat family ever since the beginning, and she's been with us for close to the whole time, close to 4 years now. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 400 views and beyond, so we're hoping she'll post more. They'll likely continue to grow and even faster. And then live streams as well. She's experimented with one of these many years ago. We'll see if she's going to do any more. We've got the notification bell on for every single channel, of course. Pamski's Crafty Heart is in the house, and she has got a community building of very caring and considerate creators surrounding her Tuber Chat family, if that makes sense. And let me spin. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not spinning the wheel. Actually, yeah, let's look at I Am Betty J Gathers, because I had already spun the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. I had a late start to my day, if we want to put it that way. I was actually in Niagara yesterday, so when I drove, it was this morning. I usually like to drive at night so that I don't miss any time in the day, but I decided to I didn't have to rush today, so I came in the day, but I guess I got onto the computer a little bit later than I would have liked, or I've been in and out a little bit as well. I saw this thumbnail come up, that's why. So I Am Betty J Gathers has a channel that brings a lot of variety, but what this creator focuses on, especially lately, is the idea of living your best life over 60. Although we've known I Am Betty J Gathers for a long time. She's one of our longest standing members. She's been with us for almost 4 years, right? This creator, all of her content can relate to just about anybody, I believe. And I've been lucky to have caught her many times, both for videos and, of course, live streams. An extremely dynamic creator. She does a lot of vlogging lately, so she brings us into her home. She takes us out on adventures. And the story can go just about anywhere. She's always doing something different, always busy, but she's also always smiling, always laughing. You can see from the shorts videos here what a dynamic creator she is. Even the thumbnails alone tell the story. Then when we get into live streams, again, the conversation could go anywhere once she starts. She usually starts with a theme. Sometimes she's got StreamYard panels. Sometimes she's on her own. But she always keeps up with the chat and allows the chat to drive the conversation as well. She is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And she's officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So we always say you're on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. And I Am Betty J Gathers now has passed 1,900, so we know that she's officially on the road to 2K. Has to be exciting for her. Pamsky's Crafty Heart, thanks for picking up that membership again. I'm going to add you to the wheel right this second. We're going to spin. We're about a minute early, but I think what we'll do is we'll go for another break for about 3.5 minutes after we look at another clip that I was just talking about. So this is part of that podcast series. Each one of these interviews goes on for at least an hour and a half, some closer to 2 hours. I've recorded the first 3 episodes already. We've got clips from the first 3 episodes here, and these creators have all been with the Superchat family for at least a few years and have all crossed 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the TuberChat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're back. We're going to look at controversial cruising here. And then Pamski's Crafty Heart dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at her channel next. I know we got a few more channels in the chat. Honcho Gaming is just asking a question. Do you become monetized at 500 now? So there's one more restriction, right? You have a choice. You can either get 3,000 hours of watch time, which is 18,000 minutes of watch time, or you can get 3 million views on your shorts videos within a 90-day span. So we have not yet seen any creator in the Tuber Chat family that has chased the shorts method of monetization. But that's not to say it's not going to happen, so we'll see. But 99% or more of us are working for 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. The Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden, good to see you in the house. I think I waved to a few channels in the chat. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is on the wheel. My dear friend Gloria's Platter, she's been with us almost from the beginning as well. She says she's hiding, but I did see you, yes. She always comes in right when I'm about to hit the button. I feel like she listens and she can hear it coming. But hopefully everybody enjoyed that clip too. We talked about that. That's another clip. We've got 3 episodes of the podcast, which is upcoming, chopped up and ready to go. 2 of them have been posted on the Tuber Chat front page, so you can go and set your notifications. They're going to drop at the first Saturday of each month. And we'll try to keep that going. I've got a 4th interview already lined up, and we'll try to keep those going every month. And then let's look at controversial cruising right now. This creator talks to us about cruising and travel, mostly cruising. But we had this influx just over a year ago, almost a year and a half now, of cruising and travel channels. And that space was really lacking content for a long time. I'm sure we all understand why. Pardon me, not a lot of cruising happening at all, if any. But after things started to open up, we saw an influx of channels starting with lots of travel content, lots of cruising content. It is a very vibrant community of creators, and we're lucky to have a good chunk of that here in the Tuber Chat family. 632 subscribers for controversial cruising. Now, this creator also will take us out for other types of travel, but they do a lot of interesting things on their channel. First of all, they've got shorts here that have gotten into 7,000 and 12,000 views and beyond. They've got a lot of live streams lined up with a lot of familiar faces, actually, because they do StreamYard panels with a lot of interesting games that they play on their channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Controversial Cruising. You will meet lots more creators when you're over there. And let's look next at Pamski's Crafty Heart. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And we're expecting to be here for at least another hour, sweet Melissa. We never really know, but we haven't had a live stream under 2.5 hours in as long as I can remember. It's at least a year. But sometimes we're here up until about 3 hours. That's usually around the time my voice gives out, but we'll keep it going for as long as everybody wants to stay today up to that point. Chief Broken Brain is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then, yeah, Honcho Gaming. Watch time is easier to get, although gaming channels seem to do really well with shorts, and I believe that is because the shorts videos relate perfectly to the long form content on a gaming channel. So whether somebody plays different games or whether they stick to something like Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto, if the shorts match, often what you'll see, like Grand Theft Auto is a good example, because they're, you know, it can be hilarious. It's my game of choice, but it can be hilarious the different ways that the destruction happens in that game. Let's just say the ragdoll effect of like people flipping through the air and smashing into everything and all that. Forgive the way I'm putting this, but I find it amusing. So don't tell me how many times, don't ask me how many times I've thrown people out of helicopters in Grand Theft Auto just to watch them fall all over the place. An unreasonable number. But if you can imagine, shorts lend themselves perfectly to a game like that, because you can even do shorts that are like, top 10 epic fails or top 5 epic fails, however many you can fit into 60 seconds, but they're all very quick, right? Then when somebody now clicks on one of those, YouTube gives us a tool that lets you link each shorts video to a long form video. So if you were playing a game and you just went through, a bunch of the epic fails and put them all in a shorts video, now that shorts video links right to where the most epic of the epic fails happens in the long form content, whether it was a stream or a video, if that makes sense. This is just an example, and forgive the way I'm talking about it because I haven't done it myself at all. So it's just speculation. But when we look at some of our gaming friends' channels, we see some of the shorts have gotten into tens of thousands of views. Rambling with the Brooms is here. The Stock Explorer was also added to the wheel. They are both members and moderators. And we will look at both of their channels when they come up. The Roughneck Redneck, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Beverly Moffat is here as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. In another 20 minutes or so, I'll add another name onto our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation when we go on our next break. When we look at Pamski's Crafty Heart, this is a creator who recently changed her name, but right away, as soon as she came into the Tuber Chat live stream for the first time, has been incredibly impactful both here in our streams and outside, because I've been in her live streams a few times now, and she is always talking about other channels. She says wonderful things about Tuber Chat, for which I'm grateful, but she has sent over many friends already, for which I'm grateful as well. I'm sure we all are. Now, I'm going to grab her latest video, put that in my catch-up list so that I can somewhat get caught up. But you can see she's posting frequently, 4 new videos this week. And then shorts videos on the channel as well. These have gotten into 4,000 views and beyond, one over 16,000. Which is interesting to see, and I know that's a new one because I don't recognize it. And then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, she's been on. I've caught her a few times. She does a few different things. You see these trivia games, and then sometimes she's just hanging out. And Pamski's Crafty Heart as well lets us know they're a self-taught crocheter and a lefty. At that, I don't know how difficult it is these days to find tools of, for any type of crafting that are made for lefties. Hopefully, there's lots now, but I remember my parents are both left-handed, and my sister and I are both right-handed, so I remember them complaining my whole life about scissors and every other thing, so I understand the smallest bit. So what this creator also does, that they let us know on their About page right away, is that they make many different things, so blankets, scarves, shawls, but they donate a lot of what they make, and I think that that's wonderful, because we all know that when we're talented in any way and can make something, not like myself on a computer or anything, but when you can, crochet, or when you can knit, or when you can do woodworking or metalworking, or, any other kind of thing where you can actually make something that somebody else can use, it will have so much more meaning for a person than the materials that were used to make the product itself. You know what I mean? I can't imagine a lot of people receive a blanket from somebody that's been crocheted for them and then talk about the quality of the yarn over the story of the person making it for them. But that's just my imagination again. And hopefully everybody will connect with Pamski's Crafty Heart, because I think that's a wonderful thing that she's doing on her channel, but she also cares very much about other creators and their channels, so you'll meet more friends when you're over there with her. Let's spin the wheel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now, and this is another creator who's here as a member and a moderator, and they've been a dear friend since pretty much the beginning of Tuber Chat as well. Now, we talked about Scratch and PPA earlier. We still have yet to see Rambling with the Brooms, but when you see any of the moderators on this channel, they're all dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things, but one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. The Stock Explorer, Nora, is somebody who cares very much about those of us in the Superchat family and the community that they're building around their channel as well. What they do is talk to us about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They bring us everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading, NFTs, and this creator often has product in hand as well. The Stock Explorer occasionally has charts and graphs for us to see, but a lot of their live streams feature friendly conversation on StreamYard panels with different influencers, and I've joined them on their channel once for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube, actually. And then lately they've expanded the content on the channel and are doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching in battles with other channels, which is a great way to collaborate. It can get very exciting over there. And they've got lots of friends and a very vibrant live chat as well. One of the fastest in the Superchat family. They rival those of Garden State Gardener or Scratch and PPA and a few others. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. They're long past their 2,000 subscribers now, working on 2,100. And then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. This is where they expand into more variety, as lots of creators do. But they've got a few of these getting into 2,000, 3,000, and one over 10,000 views now. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nora, but they've got another opportunity here because they got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. And when we look at this channel, we see that this creator wants to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. And they happen to be in Florida, and they bring us a few shorts over here. Also, these have started to get into 600 views, almost 700 views, and that will likely continue as well. Tropical Buzz and Nora, the Stock Explorer. This creator is an incredibly hard worker, so they mix up their days and times as well. Thank you, Glorious Platter. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And Calico, Panthers, catch a deal. Good to see you in the house. That's 10. The sheep where you are, don't pass them by, with a second channel. And then let's spin the wheel again. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Jennifer Ocean Homestead is coming up right now. This is another creator that comes to us from New Brunswick, another fellow Canadian, and they are going to bring us more homesteading content, some more impeccable container gardening that they talk about often in their channel. Some indoor content, a lot of outdoor content, like lots of our homesteading friends will bring to us. And then we see that famous, I always mention their Canada Post thumbnail there because it's how I recognize. And I laugh, I swear to you, I laugh because the other day I was in the dollar store. I bring my father's a little bit older, obviously, than I am, but I take him shopping once a week. And we'll go to the grocery store, we'll go to the dollar store, and he loves both of them. And the other day I wanted some Sharpie markers. I put them away now, but for here in the office. But I must have bought them twice. I must have bought a couple of markers, and then I bought some more. And I have in my truck, I was looking through it yesterday for something else, and I ran into the Sharpie markers, and I can't help but laugh because I love them too much. Sharpie markers are something like I just can't let go of as an idea. And too many times in my life I've bought every color there could possibly be beyond the rainbow in Sharpie markers, but I have to laugh because as soon as I saw this thumbnail here, I had to mention it, even in one of my own videos. I had to mention Sharpie markers just because I thought it was such a hilarious thing. I don't expect anybody else to think that, so forgive my rambling, but I can't help but laugh every time I see that. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 7,000, even 10,000 views on one of these, which is great already because this creator is working on 300 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Jennifer Ocean Homestead is here with us just about every day, and I know not everybody can be, but I certainly appreciate it when it can happen. Todd Projects, I missed a question, so forgive me for that. Let me see if I can scroll back and hopefully find it. If not, what I might ask you to do is mention it again. Yeah, Todd Projects. I'm sorry, I missed your question, but I can't find it. And then, yeah, I have, all my Sharpies are authentic today. I remember liking them even in school. I remember, like, getting upset that they'd, like, you draw on something and it goes through the pages in the book, so you can't use Sharpie markers in your notes and things like that. I didn't keep fantastic notes or anything like that. And then, Todd Projects, we'll see again. Yeah, I don't see it. Todd Projects, when I'm scanning back the chat, forgive me, but I don't see your question there. Is it possible that you asked a question and then it didn't come through in the chat? Because I've got a few words in the banned words section that won't come out, like subscribers and things like that. We don't talk about subscribers here, because actually subscribing to somebody's channel just because they subscribe to yours is against YouTube's terms of service or community guidelines. So we don't even talk about it here, because we talk about connecting in a different way. And then, yeah, if you don't mind just rewording it, Todd Projects. I know it sounds weird what I'm saying, but I promise you those tools really help with spamming and things like that. And then Jonathan Sturgill is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They're going to help us with music. They're very knowledgeable in all kinds of things like gear and instruments. They do comparisons, they do reviews, and they teach us how to play guitar as well, especially lately. When we look at this channel, we know that this creator already came to us when they had 5,000 subscribers, or 4.9, I forget if they actually had the 5,000, close to it, but they're already monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They support on all of my channels as well. And they have shorts on the channel that have done really well, getting into over 1,000 views now. Many of them are starting to really move, right? A lot of these chord teaching guitar shorts videos. And then this creator's got a second channel as well, Product Scope. And what they've done so far is dived into a couple of the AI systems that are out there, and they're keeping apprised of a lot of that on their original channel. They'll talk to us about the future of music, what we can expect to hear in the next 5 or 10 years. Over here, they're going to talk about other technology and ideas. Like I said, here they're cloning your voice. Here they're talking about animation. So a lot of software ideas or online services. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jonathan Sturgill on both of those channels, Product Scope and his music channel. And then let me spin the wheel one more time. And Todd Projects, yeah, it used to be, I might have a, it used to be that monetization requires 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, or 240,000 minutes. When you look at your Earn tab on any channel that is not yet monetized, it'll give you a couple of graphs with progress bars to show you how close they are. However, it should be for everybody, if not 99% of channels, what will happen is they've changed the restriction, so you only have to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time to get into the first level of monetization, called fan funding, where you can unlock memberships, super chats, super stickers, super thanks, and you can open an online store, I believe. So basically what YouTube has said is that if you want ad money, which I promise you is the smallest part of the puzzle, even though it doesn't seem that way, but once you talk to a bunch of monetized channels, you'll find that out pretty quick. But if you want to get involved in ad money, you just have to get to that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. But once you get your 500 subscribers and get into the first level, YouTube is saying, hey, if you can convince people to give you money or buy things from you, we'll allow that. So that's basically how it goes. If you can convince people to give you super chats or super thanks, or if people feel like doing it, or if you have memberships you want to offer, or if you want to start an online store or link to Amazon affiliate stuff and things like that, they allow that. So that's basically the idea. Not the most clear and concise description, I know, so forgive me for that, but hopefully helpful enough to understand what they're doing there. Whether they're going to break that off into other levels, I'm not sure. My understanding, if I remember right, is that memberships used to require 30,000 subscribers, and then they lowered it, and I couldn't believe it. And then they expanded that too. Ron's Keto Cafe is up on the screen right now. This creator's got over 1,500 subscribers. They are also going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living. They've got a premiere. I believe this is coming up tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow morning for me. I'm in the Eastern time zone. And then this creator posts frequently. They're posting almost every day. They actually just started with shorts too. So they got lots of recipes. And you can follow stories from Ron about losing over 100 pounds by looking into healthier ways to live and eat. When we get into shorts videos here, like I said, they're posting every day now. And they've already gotten into 800 and 900 views, which is great because they've only been doing it for a couple of weeks now. And then live streams on the channel. So they got one coming up tomorrow. And I guess what they're going to do is they're going to drop the premiere. Or was I mistaken? Forgive me, I'm mistaken. It's a live stream that's coming up tomorrow morning. So they're live every Tuesday. Yes, I should know that too. Hopefully I'll catch them either for that or one soon enough. I should be able to catch that, but we'll see. And then hopefully we can push them towards the 1,600 subscribers they're thinking about. Obviously, Ron's Keto Cafe is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, yes, Matthew's Bushcraft, Matthew's Bushcraft, you're absolutely right. So you can also push for 10 million views on your shorts videos in 90 days to get to that second level of monetization. But we haven't seen that done in the Superchat family yet. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure there's people with shorts channels out there that have made that happen, but we just haven't had that happen that we know of yet. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I think I am. I see a, yeah, Softball Susie, Twisted Roots. I'm going to put you onto the wheel right now. And let's spin, actually. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Sure enough, today I caught Lori's Tech Time for another filter from Video Leap. Oh, pardon me. I'm going to put Lori's Tech Time on the wheel. She's a member. And then Softball Susie, Twisted Roots. Look at that luck. As soon as I put you on the wheel, you came up right away. So I'm going to put your channel up on the screen now. We'll get back to spinning in a moment. And in a few more minutes, I'm going to add another name onto the wheel from our chat list when we go on another 3.5 minute break here. Lori's Tech Time. Yeah, I think it was the first thing I saw on Instagram today, and I laughed. Because I was like, you know, one of these days I should do a vlog and just put the phone up and say, here, I'm turning on Instagram for the first time today, and let's see who's first. Because it's almost always Lori, because she's posting all kinds on the other networks. I think she does TikTok too. And forgive me for not being sure, because I promise you I spend less time on TikTok than everybody here would probably imagine. One of the reasons is because I don't want to get sucked into it. I've done it many times. Occasionally I look to see the new trends or like what people are doing. But friends send me all kinds of their favorite stuff anyway. Not more than anybody else, but you know what I mean. I get sent a few funny reels and things like that here and there. But TikTok is one where I have found myself getting into it and not stopping soon enough. And Twitter is the other one. Twitter's got an algorithm. I don't know what they're doing there, but they trigger me like you wouldn't believe. So I can't help but read, you know, half of what I'm sent over there. And then I send more things to people from Twitter than I do any other when I'm on the phone. Like if I'm either waiting somewhere or if somebody else is driving or something like that. Because Twitter is where like the news is at, let's just say. And in Canada, we don't have that on Facebook anymore. I don't know how many people actually know that around the world. But Canada, the Canadian government put so much pressure on the social networks about news, and they said, you're going to have to start paying the news companies. So Facebook and Twitter and everybody got together and they said, forget it, we won't show it at all. So now my Facebook is all like home hacks, how to, I don't know, turn your scissors and your bottle caps into, you know, safe things that help lower your budget and everything else. Like really ridiculous stuff. And you wonder, like, how on earth is this in my feed? It's because they got no news anymore. But Twitter gets me every time. So I just thought I'd mention that. Lori's Tech Time's been a long time friend. She's been with us for well over 3 years as well, closer to 4. And I just see her stuff all the time. She's doing a great job of repurposing content. So Softball Susie Twisted Roots is somebody I'm still getting to know, and she is talking about natural hand dyeing yarn with plants, which is interesting. She doesn't use any chemicals and things like that, it looks like. She talks about crochet and shares some work. So like I said, I'm still getting to know this channel, but I see that they've got quite a few shorts here, and these have started to move already. One of them over 1,800 views, which is great to see, and then some live streams also. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Bingo is a game that a lot of people play on live streams, but this will be interesting to see. Oh, dye results and bingo, so that'll be really cool. And hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I'm not sure if I caught that or if I was running that. I might have caught you for one of these live streams or ran them. But hopefully everybody will connect with Softball Susie, and this is somebody who obviously is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They happen to be a member for a couple of months now, and 136 subscribers, so we'd love to push them towards the 200 we know that they're thinking about. So spin the wheel. We'll get ready to see another channel. We'll go for a break for another 3.5 minutes here. I do that so that I can keep my voice going extra time. This is how we extended the streams to 3 hours, and there's Lori's Tech Time right now. So we're going to see some of her work in a moment. While we're gone, I will add a name to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Oh, I should be waiting. You made me laugh, Pete. Yes, I forgot. I don't often actually shut the mic off when I go on those breaks. This one's not a monster. It's still nonsense that I shouldn't be drinking. But it's just diet soda this time. But Pete knows that forever I've been drinking Monsters for breakfast. And almost every day is a double Monster day. One of these days I hope to get off of those things. But yeah, I wasn't thinking about that when I was opening the can there. And then Lisa and some vlogs. Good to see you in the house. And I added Jeremy D-Day onto the wheel. I added Big Family Expedition. They've been with us and impactful in the chat today, keeping engaged with conversation. And then I have hopefully not missed anybody coming into the chat. And Lori's Tech Time we were talking about earlier is up on the screen right now. So this is another incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, somebody who's been with us almost from the beginning. You know, we've been here for 4 years now, literally. And so many times I lose track of how long our friendships have gone on. But some of our friends who have been with us for about 3.5 years now, I'm starting to say have been with us basically from the beginning. By the way, AceFlaw1 and Rambling with the Brooms, just please let me know if you're still here. I'll put you back on the wheel. I just cleared a couple of names off there right now, but I know almost everybody else is here. I'm not sure about Maritz's Yarn and Crafts. If you're still here, just let me know. And then Lori's Tech Time up on the screen right now. This is a creator who's actually got 3 channels, if you can believe it. Now, this creator is who I was talking about earlier because I see her content on the other social networks. These are what I'm talking about. I think this is what I saw today. And she uses a program called Video Leap to make a lot of those filters that we see on TikTok and Instagram and things like that. So some of her shorts have done really well. That one today already 700 views. She just put that out this morning, I'm imagining. Pardon me while my allergies are starting to get to me. I'm allergic to everything. And then 13,000, even 19,000 views on a couple of these shorts. And she's got a bit more variety in there as well. Monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When she started the channel, the idea more than anything else was to talk about a little bit of gaming, but some electronic gadgets, whether it is unboxings and reviews. A lot of these come from a subscription service like we talked about earlier today. From Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, where these subscription services come out every month or every quarter. They're mystery boxes, but Lori's Tech Time introduced us to one called Gadget Discovery Club. She's done a lot of those and got into a lot of gameplay. Lately been doing some Candy Crush. I'm sure we all play Candy Crush or have. I've played it a million times as well, but I just keep restarting my progress because I get too frustrated. But this creator also gets into gaming with her viewers. So much so that between Fall Guys, Among Us, and a few other games, Battle Cats is one that really did well for her. So she started another channel just for that. So I'm going to show you Lori's Battle Cats. This is a brand new channel, so she's working on her first 200 subscribers. She put out videos here. I'm not sure if she's going to do live streams, but we'll see. And some shorts to go along with it as well. Here we're seeing some success already, over 1,000 views. But Lori's Battle Cats and Lori's Tech Time has also started another channel called Lori's Mini Brands. And I was confused for a little while about this. I didn't understand exactly what mini brand was, but now I get it. My sister's into this stuff as well. And steampunk, for that matter, because I noticed the title of your last shorts video there. But these mini brands apparently are just explosive in the world right now for collectibles. And Lori's Mini Brands is a channel dedicated just to this one thing. So many people in the chat might know a lot more about these than I do, but I plan to learn more from Lori's Mini Brands. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. Like I said, she's been with us pretty much from the beginning, over 3.5 years now, and cares very much about the YouTube community and those of us in the Tuber Chat family as well. An over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Home Bartending with John is up right now, and this is a creator who is dangerously close to 500 subscribers. They are literally going to have it any day. They'll likely have it by the time we get to our next live stream, which I'm expecting to be on Thursday night. It's already posted. Home Bartending with John has got a lot of product reviews on the channel, which I find or think are very helpful, because when we think about the idea that we might hear about a new product and think about trying it, we might go and have no choice but to spend money and then find out we're disappointed, we didn't like it as much as we thought we would. Now, Home Bartending with John is going to give us taste test reviews of a lot of these products on his channel, particularly beers, liquors, liqueurs. Sometimes he does comparisons, and here he goes right here with a comparison video. And then this creator also does collections of things like low-calorie cocktails or no-alcohol mocktails. And the most compelling thing that I found about this one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family is that Home Bartending with John is going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home in different variations. So he'll often show us a traditional recipe along with a couple more based on either geographical differences in how the drinks are made. Sometimes, you know, we're talking about these things. Somebody might describe a Long Island iced tea, for instance, and somebody might say, oh, I heard it was made like this. Somebody else will say, oh, I heard it was made with something else. Home Bartending with John will give us a few different variations on those recipes, and he takes requests. He's already done a couple for me on his channel, actually, which I'm grateful for. So hopefully everybody will connect with Home Bartending with John. You don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what he's got here to benefit from the recipes he's going to share, but he does show us what it takes to keep his bar replenished, some of the tools we need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. He's got quite a few of these shorts now that have started to move into 1,000, 2,000 views, one over 7,700, which is great to see. And then live streams are an idea for the future. He's done a few of those with other creators, a lot of familiar faces over there. Home Bartending with John is also a silver member here, so we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. So I hope everybody will connect with him, and we'd love to push him up and over that 500 subscribers. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I'm thinking I got to start putting some soundproofing around in the room that I'm in, the acoustics here. I'm just screaming at the mic all the time. Softball Susie, Twisted Roots, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We already looked at that channel, but I really do appreciate that. And usually we put channels on the screen as soon as they do that. And then, yes, thank you, Calico Panthers, Catch a Deal. I don't know why I do not remember that from John's Home Bartending with John. Pardon me, Jeremy D-Day. I do this to John every day, and he's had a channel for as long as I can remember. But thank you for that. That's 10 the Sheep Warrior, where I don't pass them by with another channel. Home Bartending with John, I don't mean to keep doing that to you. And if I do that and you notice it, I would love it if you just give me a nudge. I'm going to try not to do it anymore, but I promise you, like I say, I make as many mistakes as anybody. That's my excuse. But this creator's got a really interesting channel. They enjoy making industrial pipe lamps and other industrial pipe art. And you get an idea of some of that just from the first two thumbnails there. And he's got one video so far, but he says he's going to make another one soon. So 33 subscribers. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the first 100, of course. And then, Yeah, thank you, Home Bartending with John. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep doing that. I should know by now. And then Jeremy D-Day is up on the screen. I'm sure there's a few creators that have more than one channel. I don't always remember to mention the second one. And when creators have more than 2 channels, I don't often mention all of them. Like Kid Wonder, one of my longest time friends on YouTube. I've been with him for about 4.5 years now. He's got, I don't know how many channels now. It was like 5 at the last time I counted. I lost count of them. Jeremy D-Day is up on the screen right now. This is another creator I've been connected to for about 4.5 years as well. Jeremy D-Day came to us as JD Knight 7, so I'll show you his other channel in a moment. I see he's got a new video. It's quite short, but I'll put it in my catch-up list. Jeremy D-Day lets us know he's doing reviews, shorts, vlogs over here, some taste test reviews we've seen from him, and then shorts on this channel have started to move into 27,000, even 68,000 views. So he's done really well with a lot of these, but he's been at this a long time. He's officially on the road to 1,000. He's at 925. JD Knight 7 is coming up as well, and this is his original channel. So JD Knight 7 is going to do a lot of album reviews and talk about music more than anything else on the channel lately. I'm just putting his latest video into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then he posts frequently over here, and he's got shorts that have gotten into hundreds of thousands of views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. Those are an experiment. We'll see if he's going to pick up some more live streams at some point, but JD Knight 7, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, Glorious Platter, I thought you were gone already. Thank you very much for coming in. I know you're hanging out in the background. She's another friend of what I think is 3.5 years. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And pardon me, Chris's Clever Craft, Kaiser Gaming YT. I should have had him on the wheel the whole time. He's got a membership with his other channel. He's one of our longest standing members as well. Chris's Clever Craft, I got you on the wheel now. Mama 4 Boys, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They're a longtime friend. I'm going to add a couple names to the wheel, actually. Butler Family Farm. I'm going to keep that going for a while. So, Calico Panthers Catch a Deal. Glorious Platter, if you have a few more minutes, I'll put you on right now. Matthews Bushcraft will get added. And Sweet Melissa might be back in the chat. Is Sweet Melissa here again? Yeah, there she is. And thank you. Yes, thank you for those thumbs up. If anybody hasn't already done that, they really do help. So Lewis Acre Farm Karma is here. And this is a creator with 211 subscribers right now. This is another channel I'm getting to know. Karma Lewis, her husband Logan, and they give us some more information about what to expect on the channel and how it came about. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with the channel, get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time, I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, watching videos, I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Honcho Gaming, yes, I'm going to put you on the wheel right now. And Lewis Acre Farm Karma has got up to 6,000 views on the shorts already, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've been doing these about once a week. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Chris's Clever Craft is up here right now. This is the creator who was talking in the chat when I was talking about laying floor earlier. He said he's laid too much floor. This creator does a lot of interesting things on his channel. He brings fun into everything he does, but he's got an interesting property. He brings us indoors and outdoors for a look around, stories to be told, shout outs for other creators, Happy Meal and unboxing videos. But this creator also talks to us about something interesting, and the latest couple of videos are a continuation of trading some work for a car, for instance. So this is one of the things that we think about, with inflation and this and that. We don't always have to be, like earning money and spending money. One of the things we can do, if a couple people have things of value for each other, you will have to spend the time, but you can trade favors. So as an example, here in YouTube, a lot of people, not all of us enjoy doing every single thing that we have to do. I'm sure we can all agree that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be before we started. But if you don't like making thumbnails, there are other people who like doing it that might be able to either trade you a favor or you can pay a few dollars to, right? There's services like Fiverr and things like that. Lots of friends here in the Superchat family offer help to each other, sometimes for free, sometimes for a small fee. Sometimes graphic design is included in some of the people here who make merchandise. We got quite a few people making different types of merchandise in the Superchat family as well. These are just ideas. But Chris's Clever Craft takes this to another level on his channel with a series of videos. Pardon me. He's also got shorts on the channel that have gotten into a few thousand views. One of them over 17,000. That one's still growing, which is great to see. And then he's got live streams on the channel that have been an experiment. We'll see if he's going to keep those going. And this is the creator behind Kaiser Gaming YT, which we've seen in the chat today. So again, forgive me, Chris's Clever Craft, for not putting you on the wheel right away. Now, Kaiser Gaming YT has 800 subscribers now. He is posting multiple times every day. He's been doing this for as long as I can remember, at least a year, I think, right? And he's playing a couple different games here. But when we look at shorts on the channel, these have really started to move. Look at this, 5,000, 5,000, 10,000. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's done a couple of these. We're going to see if he's going to keep those up. But Kaiser Gaming YT is a channel he's working really hard on, which is great to see. And then Old Lady Luck. Let's see what they've got. I want to welcome Old Lady Luck back into the chat. Thank you for coming back in. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up, and it looks like it's going to be Butler Family Farm. Look at that, Jerry, not quite to the end today. And Honcho Gaming, yeah, people will help with banners. We got a few people who have done tutorials as well, so that you can get help if you want to use a do-it-yourself platform like Canva, which I've talked about many times and used a little bit as well. Which can be a great tool. A lot of the thumbnails that you see that are common, when you see a few channels and they all seem to have the same thumbnail, it's either collaboration, where many channels are doing a series of videos together, or they're templates from something like Canva, where we see similar thumbnails, right? So you can find people to trade favors with, or you can literally, like, the term Fiverr and that website, forgive me, Butler Family Farm, let's just look at it for a second. Now, you got to be careful when you use any online service. I promise you, I've been ripped off as much as anybody else online for different stupid things. And I consider myself pretty tech savvy, not to mention paranoid. So if, anybody can get ripped off. Fiverr I've been using for a long time. I've used it for a couple things, for logos, for graphics, for music on the music channel, things like that, right? But it started with the idea that you can buy something from somebody for $5 US. I'm in Canada, so the prices look a little bit higher over there. But the idea is that the prices for different services increase. So somebody who's extremely talented, let's say, might charge $100 for something, or in some cases $1,000 for different types of things, depending on the type of work. But when we're talking about YouTube banners and thumbnails, very easy to find somebody over there that for barely more than $5, certainly less than 10, will get that done for you. Now, I know not everybody could just be throwing $5 or $10 around, not me any more than anybody else either. But when you think about the benefit that's going to come, You just have to measure that against the cost, of course, right? How long are you going to sit there making a thumbnail? And is your time worth more than being able to just give somebody $5? If it's a weekend, you got the time and you enjoy doing it, then that's great. But if not, you can get somebody else to do it for you. We would never have copyright-free music on our music channel or in the background of Tuber Chat if it wasn't for these online services, because that's money spent not ever to be expected to be made back, let's just say, right? The investment, obviously music's very expensive, and even when you use a service like that, where the music's not necessarily top-notch, but it's not terrible, right? Well, some of the songs are even good, if we want to say that, but would not have existed if it wasn't for services like that, right? And then you're spreading around a little bit of work to people who need a little bit of part-time work, let's just say, or like doing it. Not much different than Uber drivers. We've got a few friends of the Tuber Chat family that drive Uber or Uber Eats or Skip or DoorDash or all these different services, or Lyft or whatever all these different ones are called, where in my opinion, it's great that so many people now can pick up a bit of a side hustle where they can say, well, I really only need to earn another $100 a month or $100 a week, but I can just do that in my off time when I was going to be watching, I don't know, a TV show, or, just sitting around doing, or whatever, right? So these are just ideas. But Fiverr can be an idea for that, but there are, again, lots of friends in the Tuber Chat family willing to trade favors, and as you get to know more creators, all you have to do is talk to somebody on any social network and say, hey, do you know anybody who does thumbnails? Because if they do, they're just going to say, yeah, I do. And then you can say, oh, I'm thinking about doing that. What do you want to do that? And then, different people have different ideas. So Butler Family Farm recently went out to another huge meetup, and they've done this many times before. There's no reason why I can't get out to the next one. I hope I can next year. This is another large meetup with lots of different creators, but it's just a small part of what they do on their channel. Butler Family Farm will introduce us to lots of other creators, and they have 116 acres of farmland to show us with homesteading type content, lots of outdoor content. They show us what it takes to look after their livestock and their property. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, bees, and cats and dogs. And they often bring us indoors as well. So Jerry and Susan share the camera work here. They take us all over the property, show us all kinds. I've learned a lot from this channel, and they make incredible things as well. Jerry works in the shop. He makes pens, he makes bowls, he makes different things with this lathe that I'm completely impressed by. And as well, they do a lot of live streaming. So sometimes Jerry and Susan will give us a chance just to hang out with them, or they'll take us on the road. A lot of times they go to these meetups and they film or stream, and then they also have a lot of StreamYard panels where they introduce us to other creators as well. I joined them a few weeks ago. You can go back and see one of these live streams where they have different panelists come on and we just talk about whatever comes up for a couple hours. And Butler Family Farm is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, and 25,000 views. And they're obviously doing extremely well, growing in subscribers quickly, and like I said, monetized. So Butler Family Farm, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here with us just about every single day. And the Ozark meetup, I was just going to ask if I missed it, but the Ozark meetup is coming up this week. Is that the same one? Is that the Mid-America meetup, the huge one with 80 channels last year? And then they go to different meetups all the time. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Or actually, we'll get one ready to go. We're going to go for another break for 3.5 minutes. Right before that, I'm going to play you the third of 3 new clips. I already had been playing 3 from the last few weeks, but I got a couple of new ones before our 4-year anniversary the other day. These are all clips of just a few minutes long from conversations that went on for an hour and a half or 2 hours with influential creators that have been in the Tuber Chat family for a few years and have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually doing. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
Alright, we're almost back here and about to look at Calico Panthers Catch a Deal. This creator also has a couple of channels, so this is a fairly new one, and they got 24 subscribers already. They've been posting videos, several over the last few days. I'm just going to grab the latest one, put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And shorts on this channel as well have started to get into a few views here, so as they post more and more, they'll likely start growing right away. This is Kitty Mom, that we know from Kitty Mom Adventures, Penny of 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. I'm going to put that channel up right now. When we look at 10 the Sheep Where You Are, pardon me if I could type. 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, which I'm having trouble getting to. It's quite a long name, but we can use just the handle, 10 the Sheep. Let me put it in the chat here as well. They're officially on the road to 1K, which is great to see. This is actually a longtime friend. She's been with us for a few years as well. She's done a bit of switching and moving around with her channels. That's Penny right there. She posts occasionally here, but what you're going to find more than anything else is that she wants to inspire us in a spiritual way, and you get that idea when you get especially into the shorts videos. These have gotten into a couple thousand views, they'll be at 3,000 before too long. She's done a few live streams, and this creator actually joined on her channel originally for about a 4-hour conversation with Penny and another couple of people. Let's see who's coming up next here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And thank you, Social Media Grow Show. That's Commander Vlogs with a second channel there where they're doing live streams similar to Superchat, where you have your channel put up on the screen and you can meet lots of other creators. Commander Vlogs has been doing this a long time, since I think before Superchat, as a matter of fact. We met years ago. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. He's done that many times before. He let me know that he does that so that he can get his name onto that square right there in the bottom middle of the screen. We call that an event list. Every super chat and membership gets on there. So Social Media Grow Show will get some extra exposure there. But we'll put their channel up on the screen in a second. I think he was live earlier today. I'll be on again on Thursday here on Superchat, but it'll probably be around the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. I will continue to try to move the days and times around of the streams, but the weekday streams are likely going to have to usually be late. I'm going to try to start going every other day after Saturday if we can. Matthew's Bushcraft is up right now with 116 subscribers. Is another channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us a few times. Pardon me, this creator is inviting us to learn survival skills with them while they do the same thing. They're working on 200 subscribers right now. They got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 2,100, 2,800 views, which is great to see, and they want to show survival skills that people of all ages can learn, and then they're talking about preparedness, survival, and other ideas. So hopefully everybody will connect with Matthew's Bushcraft, and like I said, they've been with us a few times now, so obviously another loyal and dedicated supporter. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Social Media Grow Show, we see that this creator now has over 1,800 subscribers, but this is a second channel. I'm going to show you their original one. They got tens of thousands of subscribers. A few shorts over here. This is pure variety, but these have gotten into 12,000, 19,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see where the Grow Show is from Commander Vlogs. And this, he's got one coming up tomorrow again, yeah, 7:30 Eastern. So this creator is going to give us an opportunity to get to know more creators in a similar way to what we do here in Superchat. If I roll over these, you get an idea of what he's doing. A similar screen. I actually took inspiration from him in setting up the Superchat screen that you see every day here. But hopefully everybody will connect with him. A long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We've actually collaborated behind the scenes on a project. Commander Vlogs is his original channel, and you see here 38,000 views. So he's been at this a long time, and like I said, he's been a dear friend since the beginning of Superchat. He might have been with us. Yeah, I think we met him 3.5 years ago as well. But he'd already been doing these kinds of streams. So he brings pure variety to his channel. He could be cooking, he could be hanging out, he could be doing a review or taking us outdoors. This creator as well has got some shorts here. These have gotten into 3 million views on one of these, which is great to see, and then lots of these others here. He's got live streams on the channel, and these, he actually gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the Social Media Grow Show. So sometimes he's streaming on both channels. So the Grow Show, you just get to hang out with him behind the scenes if you want to. And then, yeah, your most popular short, 3 million, which is great to see. And Commander Vlogs, like I said, has been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And otherwise, you'll see lots of variety on his channel. But again, he's been at this a long time. Cabarar Gaming is coming up. Let's see what he's got going on. He's another friend of about 3.5 years. We're going to look at Big Family Expedition in a moment. Forgive me, I know I almost missed something there. Old Lady Luck just dropped a super chat. So thank you for that. This creator's talking about needing some hours. So one of the things that can be beneficial is swapping playlists with other creators. It's a simple arrangement. You're just agreeing to run a playlist of videos for somebody else. They're agreeing to run a playlist of your videos. And you can imagine that by getting a lot of different people to run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are going to start to grow. But when you think about the extra benefits, when somebody's running a playlist of your videos, they run every video from beginning to end. That can bump up averages on your channel for retention over time. And the fact that you're trading favors with somebody, that gives you the chance to start a friendship with them. And when you think about your friends and favoring each other, they'll be there for most of what you come out moving forward, which means your watch hours are going to grow exponentially. And then Old Lady Luck is a brand new channel for Superchat. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video and put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to, or pardon me, I meant to put that in a different playlist here, my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators, and that should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And let's put the next channel up, Big Family Expedition. I had already spun the wheel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then thank you for that, Old Lady Luck. I always appreciate any interaction at all, even those thumbs up. Not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time. And I tell everybody all the time, I see you've got 10,000 on your channel, but for those of us starting our YouTube journey, it gets harder as time goes on. You follow more and more creators. You got lots of loyal supporters. You want to do as much as you can for everybody. But you know, it gets harder. So as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody's doing just fine. We see that. Oh, Social Media Grow Show. Did you grab a membership with the other channel? That's okay. I'll try to remember that. Just if you don't mind, when you're here, remind me if I forget about that, and I'll get you onto the wheel right away, as you should be. I will always put members on the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. Occasionally I forget, like we have another channel that's in the chat right now, Kaiser Gaming YT might still be here. He's got another channel where he's got a membership, but he's focused on the gaming channel right now. So I forget to put him on because I don't see the green color in the chat, right? But if you don't want to, if you don't mind letting me know. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Big Family Expedition is up here right now. This is the second channel of its kind that we've seen in a roundabout sort of way. The story behind the channel is different, but we've got two different creators that are doing bus to RV conversions as do-it-yourself projects. So Big Family Expedition lets us know on their About page that they were living on the road for a while with quite a large family, and then they kind of settled down into one place for a while, added one more family member, and now are about to hit the road again. That's why they're working on that bus. You can read about that in their About page, and this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they got shorts over here already into 2,500 and one over 10,000 views, which is great to see. They've already done a couple of live streams. I haven't caught you for either of these, but hopefully I will very soon catch another one. I've got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then yeah, thank you, Social Media Grow Show. Things like super chats and memberships here in Tuber Chat are absolutely unnecessary but very much appreciated. As you can see, we've got lots of supporters in that way, and it is overwhelming at times, which I appreciate, of course. But we always remember, not everybody has things like super chats available in their regions or areas. Not everybody can. None of us has an unlimited budget. I can't get members on our memberships on everybody's channels, although I do what I can. What I do is I have memberships on my moderators' channels, but you see we don't have a lot of moderators. We got a core group of about 10. So when I'm on other channels, so basically the way that I do it for anybody that's interested, and I'll try to keep the story time short. So I have memberships on all of my moderators' channels. The moderators that are here with us frequently. And a couple of other channels who've been with me since long before Tuber Chat was a start, like Commander Vlogs, for instance. I don't have any memberships on anybody else's channels. And the reason why is because then nobody can get upset with like, oh, Kevin doesn't get a membership on my channel. I see them over there. Yeah, because he doesn't do it ever. So then what I do on everybody else's channel is either gift memberships, which I love, love, love. The idea that people can gift memberships without having to be a member on a channel. And then also sometimes super chats and super thanks as much as I can and this and that, right? And there are a million different ways to think about these things. So whether anybody wants to look at it as right or wrong, whether anybody, hopefully if everybody doesn't get too hung up on this stuff. The goal, and I think we talk about it with at least one creator in the series of those podcast episodes that I've been playing, is the idea of growing memberships over time. Overall, thinking about numbers as opposed to names, because people like to spread things around too. One thing that I've seen many times is creators will get a membership on a channel for a couple of months, but then they'll go and get a membership on another channel for a couple of months. So they come and go, and it's not that people don't like you. It's not that people don't feel like it's worth it. It's not that, especially not in the Tuber Chat family. It's just that some of us are following hundreds, eventually maybe even thousands of channels. It's overwhelming, and nobody's got an unlimited budget, right? So these are just ideas, but here in Tuber Chat, as you can see, things are going just fine, and so I never want anybody to feel pressured. That's why I try never to solicit that kind of thing. So Honcho Gaming is up on the screen right now. There's another channel I'm still getting to know. I got my window open here and my fan on full blast. I didn't mean to do that. Honcho Gaming's, oh, that's why I'm screaming at the mic too, my dear goodness. Honcho Gaming is here with over 500 subscribers now, so I'm hoping we can push them towards that 3,000 hours of watch time they might be thinking about, and a little bit closer to the 600 subscribers that they're thinking about as well. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's the playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. A lot of gaming on the channel, but a bit of variety I see here as well. Shorts videos bring more variety on the channel, 3,800, 6,200, which means they're doing well already. And then live streams on the channel where they're going to be playing a bunch of different games. So we see they're really mixing up the titles here, which is great to see. Honcho Gaming, I see out supporting other creators as well. And then, yeah, Mama 4 Boys, I don't know how I am screaming at the camera. I do it all the time, but I didn't realize the fan. I often, you know, it's just me in a room here in this office, so it gets stuffy, even though it looks somewhat spacious on the camera. It's just a regular size, you know, 10 by 10 room or whatever. But they haven't got air conditioning on just yet, and there's humidity like crazy. It rained all weekend. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And so what happens is during those breaks, when I turn the camera off for a few minutes, I often get up, open the door, turn the fan on full blast for a few minutes, and then I turn it all back off right before we're about to come back on. So I must have forgot. So I'm literally like screaming, and then I just heard somebody walking down the hall over there. I'm like, oh no. You don't want to interfere with everybody else's stuff. William, Burning the Tires, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. It's just the camera angle, but it really is, like, this wall is barely more than 10 feet. And especially because I've got the desk broken up. So you know that kind of desk, often people have both parts very close together. But I got one against the wall, the other one against the wall. So it looks the way it does. But yeah, it's I read some reviews after I moved in here online about how this company handles their co-working spaces and stuff. And there might not be air conditioning quite to my comfort level. And I'm dreading that might be the case. I don't know what I'm going to do. I will bring in an air conditioner and blow the exhaust through the ceiling if I have to. Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen. There's another creator I'm getting to know. But they've actually been with us many times now and are extremely active in engaged conversation here in the chat while they're here for pretty much every stream actually as well. And Blessed to Crochet is going to talk about connection and creativity. They've got quite a few different things to discuss on their channel, as they'll tell us on their About page. But I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. And then when we look at Blessed to Crochet, I see they got a brand new video. So I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 9,000, even 10,000 views now. And then live streams on the channel as well are something they've been doing pretty frequently. They did one today. They're doing them almost every day. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these again soon. So Blessed to Crochet, we'd love to push towards that 600 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. So I just dropped a link for a raid. I pinned it as well. Anybody can go over there anytime. The stream's already running. And if not, we'll go and raid over there in a few minutes together. I'll leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes so that we can clean up our connections here. And then all the music that you hear behind Tuber Chat is over there. It's like a virtual nightclub happening in a 24-hour live stream. There's a video game going. Everybody can participate in the chat. And people trickle in and out of there, and we do link drops over there so everybody can connect quickly and in the same way that we do here. So Sweet Melissa's up on the screen right now. This is a creator who lets us know that they're involved in a couple of product review and testing programs or sites. And what they do is they bring unboxing and review videos of the products that they're given to test and review on their YouTube channel, which is really cool. So I see they got a brand new video from today. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right now. And they mix up all kinds of different things you can see here. Of course, the snacks are the things that catch my eye the most. But they've done a few different things here. 151 subscribers already. And some of their shorts have really done well. That's a newer one that's got that 7,000 views there, but they've got many over 1,000, which is great to see. Sweet Melissa's here with us frequently, and I know today you were in and out and back in, and I really do appreciate that. You know, I always appreciate every moment everybody can be here. As long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody's doing just fine. We see that all the time. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Mama 4 Boys is up next. You just want to make sure you catch that spelling that YouTube wanted to force on us there, where it wanted to send us to the wrong channel. So we just want to double check. We can always match the avatar. I see they got a brand new banner, new avatar. They were here the other day though. I thought I saw this, but I could be mistaken. I'm just going to grab one of your second latest videos here. They've been posting almost daily. I'll put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up a little bit. I can see I'm behind. This channel brings us a lot of delicious looking content. When I dig through a lot of their thumbnails, you get an idea of the different kinds of meals that they're making, and what they often do is show us how to make some of the things we might find in a frozen food section, or like a hamburger helper kind of idea we find in a box that we want to make. They show us how to make a couple of these things from scratch. This channel really hits home for me with the things that they cook, because most of the meals that I see here are things that remind me of things I've had my whole life. So that's just coincidence, but I'm sure you'll understand what I mean when you get there. And then shorts on the channel have done really well, getting into 1,600, 1,700 views and beyond. Live streams are an idea that they've experimented with in the past, but we'll see if they're going to keep those up at some point soon. And then, yes, Ghostly Wins from Australia. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. You're catching us just at the end here. I'm going to drop the link again for our copyright-free music channel for anybody that wants to come over there. And like I said, everybody can keep connecting over there. My voice has just about had it for today. We've been on for almost 3 hours, of course. Cabaret Gaming is, I'm going to talk about their content in a second. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. And Ghostly Wins is actually the creator responsible for naming that catch-up playlist that I keep talking about, that I put people's videos into. And we'll be back on Thursday, same time as today. After the weekend, we'll be on Saturday. I've already got that set. And then we'll try to move these around a little bit. Next time I do one on Monday, I'll try to do it a little bit earlier. But we'll keep mixing these up. And we try to be here at least 3 times a week. Forgive me for the channels we didn't get to today, but we always get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. Cabaret Gaming's up right now, working on 3,200 subscribers. They've been with us for about 3.5 years as well. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They mix up a lot of different, very popular titles: Pokemon, The Italian Job, Scarface, Grand Theft Autos, all over the channel, and they post every single day. I'm just going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. They are monetized, of course, and then they got shorts over here. Some of these have done well, 45,000, 63,000. And live streams. They're on almost every day. You can see I catch them frequently. And then they got a second channel as well, Cabaret Vlogs and Adventures. And this is where they bring us tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials from the same creator behind Cabaret Gaming. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list right now. And they did an interesting, I like these bar chart race videos. I find them mesmerizing. I've seen many in my life. I thought about doing one. I might still do it at some point. Cabaret Vlogs and Adventures has got 1,100 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 1,200 we know they're thinking about. They got some shorts over here as well. These have started to get into 150, even 700 views and beyond, which is great to see. And then live streams over here. They're doing these occasionally, but we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on, so that we can catch each other as often as possible. So, thank you everybody again for the time that you spent today. 3 more minutes and then we'll head over to the music channel. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.